The flagship of the Galactic Council, Sarnek's Blade, hovered silently above the neutral world of Haraxis Prime. It was a city-sized vessel armed with fusion torpedoes, gravity bombs, and AI-controlled turrets. The bridge was full of powerful alien leaders, sharp-clawed generals, slug-like diplomats, old warlords from over 20 star systems. Then, the human fleet arrived. 20 ships shimmered into existence at the edge of the system. They didn't roar in. They didn't broadcast warnings. They just appeared, silent, still, gleaming like they were dipped in sunlight. "Wait," one of the council members said, squinting at the screen. "Is that ... gold?" A loud bark of laughter followed. The Core Dominion's High Admiral Karn Joule almost fell off his throne. "By the black moons, they're shiny." Humans painted their warships gold. Another delegate cackled. "Are they here to fight or walk a fashion show?" "Maybe they ran out of real armor," said a Torcan noble, wiping tears from his eyes. "Or maybe humans just love jewelry too much." On the screen, the human ships stayed silent. No shields raised, no weapons charged. Just golden light bouncing off their smooth, seamless hulls. It was absurd. Hilarious, Karn. Joule waved his claw. "Let's show them how real warships look." Fire. A low-yield plasma burst, something to scare them, I said the weapons officer, grinning. Little burn to melt that pretty paint. The order was given. A plasma bolt, hot enough to melt through 5 feet of steel, shot across space toward the nearest golden ship. Everyone leaned forward, waiting to see the blast ripple across the surface. It hit, then vanished. No sound. Sparks. No damage, nothing. Just nothing. "Did we miss?" someone asked. "Replay the footage," the weapons officer said, now unsure. The footage played over and over. The bolt hit and simply disappeared the moment it touched the hull. Not a scorch. "Mark, not a flicker." "That's impossible," whispered the science advisor. Silence fell over the command bridge. The mockery turns to Siowan. Siowan Karn Gill stood slowly. His claws tapped on the control rail. "That was a plasma burst," he growled. "Should have melted half." "Their ship." "But it didn't," said a cold, soft voice from behind Kethryn, a shadow-skinned observer from the deep archives. "They absorbed the energy, or redirected it." Karn snorted. "Technology can't do that. Not at that size. They're humans," Kethryn said, "and humans have been quiet for too long." The Corps Admiral waved again. "Fire a rail." Slug. Full velocity. No warhead. "Let's see how strong this bling armor really is." Another weapon fired a dense metal slug moving at near light speed. It struck the same golden ship. Again, nothing. No dent. No sound. No shimmer. The slug didn't bounce. It vanished. It was as if the ship swallowed the energy. Now the laughter was gone. Whispers spread like static through the bridge. "Is it a shield? No signature? Then how is it not reacting?" The humans still didn't move. No formation shift. No signal. Just 20 golden ships in perfect alignment. Then, one of them moved. The ship that defied HFY Sci-Fi didn't activate thrusters. There was no heat burst, no engine flare. It just glided forward, breaking known physics. It's no propulsion signature at all. The Corps weapons officer stepped back. "It's impossible. Nothing can move like that." On the screen, the golden ship rotated on a perfect axis, its nose slowly turning toward Sarnek's blade. Karn Joule narrowed his eyes. "Scan it now." "No energy spikes," said a tech officer. "No shield fluctuation. No heat." It suddenly... The lights flickered. The entire Galactic Council. Flagship equipped with 10 redundant cores. Lost power for exactly 1 second. Just one. But that was enough. Everyone on the bridge went still. "What just happened?" Karn barked. "The human ship," said Kethryn, staring at the screen. ... Just touched our systems. From across space. That's impossible. Unless they're using something we can't detect." The Admiral's claws twitched. "They're bluffing. Showing off. No, said Catherine, stepping closer. They're warning us. The council SPLites later that hour. Secret council meeting was called aboard Sarnec's blade. The golden ships remained silent. Still we. Must strike now, said the Torcan noble. Before they take the advantage. With what? A smaller species delegate cried. Our weapons do nothing. They haven't fired once, Catherine noted. They haven't spoken. Carnegiel growled, so it makes them dangerous. Then, the human ships did something strange. They rotated again, one by one, into a new formation. A perfect circle, then lines of light ran along their hulls, not weapons, but glyphs, strange glowing markings in languages unknown. They're writing, the science officer said. But it's not Galactic common. It's not any known code, are they? Talking to each other, asked one delegate. The center ship glowed brighter than the core communications officer gasped. Sir, we're receiving a message. Everyone turned. It's audio only, she said, hand shaking. 5 words. Play it, Carnegiel. Snapped, the room fell into silence. Then came the voice. Calm, cold, human. This is your only warning. Aftermate the bridge stayed quiet for several minutes. No second message came. The golden ships returned to their passive state. Carnegiel slammed his fist down. That's a threat. It's a test, said Catherine. They're waiting to see what we do next. Karn turned to the council. Me launch a real strike. I want to see if they're bluffing. No, said a soft voice. All eyes. Turned to the Zillary ambassador, an old race of seers and historians. The ambassador's silver eyes were wide. I've seen this before, they said quietly, a long time ago, in old records. From the Omega War. Those are myths, Carnegiel spat. No, the Zillari replied. Earth had ships like this once. They disappeared. We thought they were dead. They weren't, Catherine whispered. They evolved, the Zillari said. And now, they've come back. As the camera zooms out from the Golden Fleet, the calm hum of deep space fills the audio. Each ship glows softly, waiting, watching a final line appears on screen. To challenge Earth is to challenge the impossible. Admiral Carnegiel stood on the war deck of Sarnec's blade, staring at the Golden Fleet through the holoscreen. They still hadn't moved. No comms, no weapons. It's just glowing, perfect symmetry. Maybe it's a trick, the Torcan noble said. A shield, a hologram, something basic. Karn's eyes narrowed. They dared to show up looking like kings, then gave us a warning. He turned to his fleet command. Send the order. All ships. Fire everything. I want those golden toys. Turned to dust. A moment later, 76 Galactic Council ships locked on targets. Fusion beams, EMP warheads, rail slugs, kinetic drills, grav pulse bombs. The works. A full assault against just 20 human ships. The order was given, and in silence. The galaxy fired. The storm that VNIs sit in space, the sky turned into fire. Hundreds of warheads streaked across the black void, each glowing with deadly intent. Some missiles created mini wormholes before hitting. Others fired subspace shockwaves designed to rip shielding apart. The golden ships didn't move. Not a twitch. Not a shield. Bubble, not a heat spike. Nothing. The first wave hit and vanished. Literally, vanished. Explosions fizzled out. Energy beams dispersed like mist. Rail slugs crumpled and disappeared without impact. The bridge crew of Sarnec's blade stared in horror as each weapon made contact and did absolutely nothing. Status. Karn demanded. Direct hits, the weapons officer whispered, confused. All weapons. Confirmed contact and damage. None. Karn's jaw locked. None. The sensors officer blinked. Sir, it's like they erased the attack. We can't detect any residue. No debris, no energy feedback, not even heat. They absorbed it, someone asked. Worse, said the science advisor. They ignored. It panic in the Arancaso crossed the fleet. Captains began yelling over the comms. Our railguns did nothing. EMP pulses didn't even flicker their systems. What are we fighting? On the council bridge, fear spread fast. Voices cracked. Corps officers no longer looked proud. They looked afraid. "I've never seen this," said Catherine. "The dark-robed observer, they're not reacting because we aren't dangerous to them." Karn gritted his teeth. "Then we double the attack." "No," Catherine said calmly. "We stop. We want to retreat, want to live." Catherine answered suddenly. One of the golden ships moved. Not all of them, just one, the same as before. No engine flare. No sound. It glided forward, slowly rotating as if inspecting the space where the attack occurred. Then, soft hum began to echo through every galactic ship. No source, no signal. Just a vibration deep inside every hull, like the golden ships were singing. That hum became a pulse, and one cruiser, the Vokari Hammer, exploded without warning. No hit, no beam, just ripped apart from the inside. The fleet fell into silence. The untouchable INM-wide Morad. What was that? No one had an answer. There was no heat trail, no energy reading. It was like the ship simply ceased to exist, but the Golden Fleet remained quiet. No visible weapons fired. No flashy explosions. One human ship moved into a new position, then another dot. Within seconds, they had formed a perfect sphere around the galactic forces. Not an attack formation, a cage. The golden ships were now behind them, above them, below them. Karn shouted, "Form defensive line. Protect the command ship." But no one moved, because in every ship, the same thing was happening. Gravity was shifting. The impossible gravity felled. The humans activated something unseen. Suddenly, Sarnek's blade felt heavy. Artificial gravity systems began to glitch. Crew members stumbled, floated, then slammed down. Lights flickered. A low hum built into a deafening drone. "We're caught in a gravity field," an engineer screamed. "But we don't know the source." The main hull started bending. Sarnek's blade, a war machine the size of a city, is being twisted like soft clay. Not destroyed, just reshaped. Karn growled, "Get us out of here. Jump drive, now." No coordinates. No power. The field is crushing our core. Then, everything stopped. Just like before after, exactly 10 seconds the field ceased. Gravity returned. Power restored. But something was missing. A third of the fleet was gone. Erased. No debris, no distress beacons, no escape pods. They had been removed from space like chess pieces off a board. Only the golden ships remained silent, watching the Galactic. RS Poe and Essie back on the bridge. Karn sat down slowly. He had never sat during a battle before. Kethron stood beside him, breathing slowly. "They didn't fight," he said. "They defended." "They erased us," Karn said. Voice hollow. "They tested us," Kethron corrected. "And we failed." The cums crackled. Another voice came through. This time, not from the humans, from the Council homeworld. A deep, scared voice. "Admiral Jules, do not engage again. Retreat immediately." Karn looked up. "We've already lost." "No," Kethron said. "We've just begun to understand how small we really are." The Golden Fleet slowly returned to its original formation. No ships fired. No chase followed. They let the broken Council fleet escape, as the Sarnek's blade limped away. One final message appeared on their systems. "You were warned," and beneath it, another phrase appeared in bold, glowing letters. "Next time, we won't spare you." Fade to black. The Council was in full panic. Across the galaxy, the message spread fast. Earth's golden ships survived a full fleet barrage and erased. 30 warships without firing a single known weapon. On the dark moon of Rashia Prime, where historians kept records no one dared open. A trembling hand unlocked archive code, Red-Omega. A forgotten warning flickered on the old screen. If Earth returns, do not strike. Do not assume you understand their silence, because the last time humans made contact, 3 empires disappeared overnight. No survivors, no wreckage. Just silence. Hidden ISTORY back on the crippled Sarnek's blade, Admiral. Carngiel stood before a large holomap displaying the remnants of his fleet. Out of 76 ships, 44 were gone, not damaged. Not fleeing, gone, gone. Karn's single quotes anger was boiling. Where did they come from? Why didn't we detect them earlier? Beside him, Catherine, the silent observer, handed over a dusty file taken from deep archives. Karn opened it. His eyes narrowed. The Omega War? Catherine nodded slowly. Over 600 cycles ago, Earth fought in a war so terrible, we buried every record of it. Why? Because they won, without leaving bodies. The whispers of EARTH, the file was full of broken transmissions. Old footage. Testimonies. One showed an alien emperor screaming into a camera. They are not human. They are reality walkers. They rewrote our laws of physics. Another showed an entire star system blinking out. 1 second it was there, the next. Only empty blackness. And the last file was a single sentence. From an old Zillari priest, the last time Earth spoke, the stars changed course. Karn slammed the file shut. That's superstition. No, Catherine said softly. That's a warning. Meanwhile, on EARTHN, the far edge of the galaxy, on the lush blue planet known only to some as Earth, a figure stood in a quiet room. She wore a black uniform with no rank or symbols. Her skin glowed faintly with embedded nanotech. Her eyes were white with flowing lines of gold. She was known only as Commander Halden, voice of the Golden Fleet. She spoke to a floating AI sphere. Report, she said. The AI responded. Galactic Council attacked. Warning issued. Response. Successful, targeted erasure, complete. Commander Halden nodded. Do they understand now? Not yet. Then we wait. Monitor responses. Intercept all military signals. Prepare Phase 2. Understood. Council CRACCAs the remaining. Members of the Galactic Council met in emergency session aboard the hidden orbital station, Axiom Red Dot. Most were terrified. Some demanded more. Weapons. Others begged for peace. But the Zillari ambassador stepped forward, holding a glowing staff of memory. I have seen this before. She said, You're all afraid because you don't understand Earth. But Earth doesn't conquer like we do. They don't invade. They simply remove obstacles. They only speak once, she continued. If you survive the message, that's your second chance. Do not waste it. The chamber fell silent. A deeper TRUTH on Sarnax blade, Catherine. Stared out the window, watching the stars shift. He spoke softly to himself. They didn't come to fight us. They came to judge us. Carngiel turned to him. You believe that? You've read everything? Earth vanished after the Omega. War. No trade, no presence, no signal. They went silent for 6 centuries, and now they return not with diplomats, not with threats, but with ships so advanced they don't need weapons, ships made of light and silence. Karn shook his head. I won't bow to a ghost story. Then you may vanish. Like the last empires who said the same, Catherine replied. The old AIWAKS, far beneath the core capital, in a sealed vault. An ancient war AI called Necros suddenly powered on. Its first words, Golden Protocol detected. Do not engage. Initiating defensive failsafe. Alarms rang. Engineers panicked. What is Golden Protocol? One screamed. The AI responded. Earth's final war signature. Light, level black. Engagement forbidden. Peace required. Then the screen shut down, and the vault locked itself. The Aria Lysa Tionat that moment. Across the galaxy, species began asking, why did Earth return now? Why didn't they speak during the war? What does gold mean? Some said gold was a symbol. Others believed it was technology, but only a few understood. The truth, gold was a warning. The ships weren't painted gold to show off. They were built that way to make everyone underestimate them. To laugh, so that when the laughter stopped, the fear would sink deeper. Back in orbit over Heraxis Prime, the Golden Fleet waited. No weapons powered up. No signals were sent. But one new line appeared across every Galactic Council data stream. Phase 2 begins now. Fade to black. The Galactic Council had failed. Their best fleets had been erased. Their strongest weapons had vanished into golden silence. But one weapon remained. The Harbinger of Despair. A Dreadform-class battle station larger than moons, armed with 10 quantum cannons, 30 gravity lances, and an AI core built for one purpose, annihilation. It had never been used, until now. As the golden ships floated above Heraxis Prime, unmoving, untouched, the Harbinger arrived. Its massive bulk blocked out the stars. Its voice echoed through every system on every council ship. You have chosen silence. We choose destruction. But the golden ships didn't react, until one vanished, just disappeared. Then the Harbinger shook. The monster WAKS Admiral Karn Jewel watched the battle station rise into position from the main view deck of Sarnax's blade. It was built for this. Nothing survives the Harbinger. Kethryn stood behind him, silent. The Harbinger's AI core Vorax activated its weapons grid, targeting golden vessels. Primary attack sequence ready. Estimated success rate, 99.94%. The Harbingers. Surface opened. Massive cannons charged with glowing white energy. Planet killer missiles locked in. The golden ships still didn't move. This is it, Karn said, his voice heavy. End them. Firing. The Vanish G before the Harbinger could fire. One of the golden ships simply blinked out of space. No sound. No light. No jump trace. Gone. The AI core Vorax paused. Target lost. Scanning for cloaking. Then, Harbinger trembled. The gravity within the battle station shifted. Bulkheads buckled. Lights flickered. Warning, Vorax said.
Internal mass anomaly detected. What anomaly?
Karn shouted. There. Inside, Kethryn whispered. Suddenly, golden light appeared within the Harbinger's core. One of the golden ships had reappeared inside the battle station. No alarms had triggered. No walls had been breached. It simply phased into existence, hovering in the exact center of the Harbinger's reactor bay. Then the golden ship rotated once, and the Harbinger's gravity core shut down. Destruction without a sound from the outside. The Harbinger looked untouched. Then the lights inside went dark. The Council fleet watched as the enormous station began to tilt, then fold as if its own metal skin was melting inward. Screams filled the comms. Emergency beacons flared. But no one knew what to do. They weren't being attacked. They were being unmade. Within seconds, the battle station, so massive, it had its own weather systems, was reduced to a perfect cube of black matter. Silent, still dead. The golden ship exited the remains calmly, as if stepping out of a room. It rejoined the others. The fleet BRA, Kasan Sarnax's blade. The bridge fell into chaos. Karn Jewel stared at the screen, stunned. We didn't even see what they did. We weren't meant to, Kethryn said. That was a message. Do not build monsters and call them peacekeepers. All across the fleet, war captains began shutting down their weapons. Some powered down their ships completely. Others fled. The Council had no control left. The golden ships didn't chase. They just watched. Back on EARTH in quiet chamber deep beneath Earth's surface, Commander Halden observed the Harbinger's destruction on a massive screen. She did not smile. She did not speak. The AI beside her reported, target disabled. Minimum force applied. 0 casualties recorded. Response from Council, she asked. Fleeing, fragmenting. They now understand. Titans fall. Commander Halden nodded. Continue observation. Initiate psychological containment. The AI pulsed with light, initiating Phase 3. A warning sent Galaxy with a Vericom system. Across the galaxy received the same message, not from Earth, from the ruins of the Harbinger. A broadcast. Burned into every receiver and satellite in all known sectors. The use of fear tech is now outlawed. Human enforcement will be absolute. There will be no second warning. Species across the galaxy once proud, once powerful began dismantling there. Dreadnoughts. Some tried to hide them. They were found. Some tried to run. They vanished. No violence. No speeches. Just silence. As the Golden Fleet floated, over the ruins of the Harbinger, a whisper passed through the stars. They don't conquer, they correct. In the command center of Sarnek's blade, Admiral Carnell whispered to himself, "We never stood a chance." Onto every council screen, one final phrase appeared. The Golden Ones do not bluff. Fade to black in the ruins of a council outpost. Deep in a frozen asteroid field, scavenger ship picks through shattered wreckage remnants of a once mighty fleet. Suddenly, something flickers in the wreckage. A glowing black cue ball that remains of the Harbinger of Despair. The captain, a greedy Valari named Trick, leans closer. "What's this? Scrap gold from Earth's monsters?" His crew laughs. But the moment Trick touches the cube, every light on his ship shuts down. A voice echoes from nowhere. "Do not test the silence." Then his ship explodes without fire, without warning. All that's left is quiet. The council hides in SHAM. The shattered orbital station Axiom Red. The surviving council leaders meet in darkness. The air is thick with fear. They've lost 60% of their fleets. The Harbinger is gone. Trade lines are collapsing. Member worlds are leaving daily. Worse still, no one has heard from Earth. No more threats. No demands. Only silence. That's what terrifies them most. A small, hooded delegate speaks up, one of the Zalari memory keepers. They don't need to speak. They already said everything. "Then what do we do?" snaps a core diplomat. The Zalari looks at them, calm, cold. "You listen. The Golden Protocol, lock us on, a backwater pirate world called Varaxis 6. Hacked transmission from an ancient war AI. Goes viral across the underworld. It's a hidden file from 500 years ago. Title, Golden. Protocol, status top, level threat. Warning. If Golden Hold vessels return, immediate surrender is advised. Engage under no circumstance. Death rate, 100%. Historical precedent, confirmed." The pirate lords laugh at first. Then one dares to challenge the data. He flies a stolen battlecruiser toward one of the Golden ships stationed near Haraxis Prime. He fires a full barrage. Nothing. Lands, he screams, "Come on then, I'm not scared." His ship blinks out of space. No trace. The rest of the galaxy gets the message. The Golden ship's RSPO, finally. After 4 days of silence, the Golden ships move again. Not toward military targets, not toward capital worlds. They begin appearing above research labs. Weapons. Factories. Black sites. And secret prisons. One by one, they remove facilities from orbit. No sound. No explosions, just golden light. And then nothing. Entire planets watch in terror as their darkest secrets are erased. And every time, the same. Phrase appears on planetary networks. Your civilization will continue. Your cruelty will not. The world of Norfal, less one council, World Nor, known for chemical warfare experiments, decides to resist. They activate the Skylance, prototype orbital cannon meant to pierce planetary shields. The Golden ships appear. Without warning, one ship hovers in place and slowly rises above the cannon array. The Nor leaders laugh. "You're giving us a shot." They fire. The lance launches. But halfway to the Golden ship, as the beam curves, it bends, it turns. Then it flies back down, destroying the cannon that fired it. The Golden ship doesn't move. It simply turns. And leaves, nor surrenders the next. Data at the surrender WAVO over the next week. Hundreds of worlds begin sending unconditional messages to Earth. They apologize. They disarm. They ask for peace. But Earth says nothing. The Golden ships hover above the stars, silent judges. On Sarnek's blade, Karnjul finally breaks. He walks to the bridge, kneels before the communication panel, and sends out a single message. "We understand now. The galaxy mocked gold. See now, it was not pride. It was mercy. Humans do not forgive. Coups a Y back on Earth. Commander Halden watches the flood of surrender messages. Do we respond? The AI asks. Not yet. Why? Because they don't fear us, she says. Not really. They fear what they don't understand. Then, what do? We wait, Halden says. And we let the fear teach them what words never could. A single voice thin, unexpectedly. A child's voice comes through one of the surrender messages. It's a young alien girl, trembling, speaking into a broken camera. Please tell the gold ships to stop. My father says they won't. Unless we beg. But I don't know how to beg, right? I just want to go to school again. Please. Silence. Then for the first time a golden ship speaks. Its voice is warm, gentle, powerful, little one. You do not need to beg. We heard you. Never wanted surrender. Only change. Across the galaxy, every golden ship lights up. Not with weapons. With hope, as the golden ships float silently once more. Messages begin to appear on council worlds, not threats, not demands, blueprints, energy solutions, gravity recycling. Free. Knowledge. And one line under every file. Build better. Because the golden ones do not bluff, but they do. Believe in second chances. Fade to black. On the edge of the Vexery dust belt, a salvage crew watches from their cloaked skiff as one of Earth's golden ships floats above a shattered prison moon. The moon had once been a black site and registered, illegal, erased from all maps. But the humans found it. The ship's underside opens. A stream of golden light rains down. The surface vanishes, not with fire, but with silence, as if the land itself had been. Deleted, the captain of the salvage ship turns pale. He whispers, "They're not fighting anymore. They're cleaning." His second-in-command gulps. Cleaning what? Everything. Cut to static, a message. To the GUIL Tyre across the galaxy. Golden ships now orbit select worlds, not capital planets or battle stations but sites. Data vaults storing war, crimes. And every time, before the golden light comes, a simple message appears. You had your chance. Now we clean. The worlds scream in protest. But the golden ships don't listen. They act, and every time. No one can stop them. The Council tries to Ania Toda Iat, the Galactic Council, what's left of it sends. A delegation to Earth. They don't. Receive a reply instead. One of the golden ships lands on the neutral moon of Yellis Prime. Not to speak, to scan. The delegation watches as the ship's surface shifts like liquid metal, recording every sound, every vibration, then it leaves a day. Later, each delegate receives a file. We know what you've done. Panic spreads. The worlds that welcome THM, but not all planets resist. Some open their skies, they invite the golden ships down. Worlds like Torino's, who once resisted the core dominion, now stand in awe as the golden ships release clouds of glowing. Nanites that purify oceans and repair forests scarred by war. Children run through the golden mist, laughing for these worlds. The golden ships are not judges, they're healers, and it becomes clear. The ships do not destroy blindly. They know who deserves what. A cleric's Timon YN, old alien cleric, once imprisoned for speaking against the council, releases a video. We thought the humans had come to rule, but they came to remind us power must answer to conscience, not conquest. The video spreads faster than any council warning ever. And for the first time in 1,000 years, even the core dominion lowers its flags, not out of fear. But shame. The last fleet stands in the WIY still. One faction remains defiant. The Draxer Union, a violent warrior race, refuses to kneel. They rallied their last 12 fleets, call in warlords from exile, and launch a massive armada toward Earth. Their leader Vurakan broadcasts galaxy-wide, "We will not bow to golden ghosts." But as their fleets jump into Terran space, they find nothing. No Earth, no moon, no Mars, just golden ships, taut, hundreds of them, perfectly still, watching, and as the Draxer prepare to attack, their ships begin to shut down. One by one, no hacking, no explosions, just disarmament. Vu Aro Kakon screams, "This is war," but a human voice responds, War ended when you lost your right to fight. Humanity's message age finally. A golden ship sends a single transmission. It's broadcast to every screen in the galaxy. A human face. An older woman.com clear-eyed, wearing no armor. We didn't come to lead. We came to clean up the mess you wouldn't. Your rulers feared us. Your people mocked us. But your victims prayed we'd return. We did. And when the cleaning is done, we will leave. If you've learned nothing, we'll come back. A shift in the Galactic every race, every system, every leader now faces a choice. Continue as before, and risk the golden judgment or change. Real change, trade routes reopen. Old enemies sit down. Armies disband. Warships are turned into hospitals. The galaxy begins, slowly. A single golden ship floats over a green valley. Children run outside and wave. The ship pauses, then slowly rises, vanishing into the sky, and in its wake, flowers bloom where ash once ruled. Because the golden ships weren't here to conquer, they were here to clean. Above a quiet world once drowned in smoke, a single golden ship floats over a green valley. Children run outside and wave. The ship pauses, then slowly rises, vanishing into the sky, and in its wake, flowers bloom where ash once ruled. Because the golden ships weren't here to conquer, they were here to clean. The origin isn't EARTH back on the Galactic Council's shattered homeworld. Researchers try to trace the tech inside the golden ships. Their scans fail, the materials aren't listed in any database. Worse, the patterns of movement and energy are not just artificial, they seem instinctive. A xenopsychologist stares at the readouts. These ships aren't just machines, he says. They're alive. The council laughs until the ships start moving before being attacked, before threats are even spoken, and every time they strike exactly when guilt is about to act. The AI that wasn't a rebel hacker from the moon, Syndicate manages to breach a golden ship's outer shell. What she finds isn't an AI, it's a library. A brain filled with echoes, whispers of ancient voices, cries, pleas for help, laughter, songs. It's not storing data. It's remembering people. Human people, lost people, souls encoded in light. She exits the ship in tears. They're not warships. She says, they're memorials. Flashback. The last human where a secret feed from Earth's archives leaks to the galaxy. In it, human generals speak softly in a dark war room. The galaxy had once betrayed Earth, used it, stripped it, bombed it. Earth survived. But after its last war, Earth said, never again, not for us. So instead of weapons, it built judges. Golden vessels powered by memory and warning. Ships that remember pain and recognize it wherever it is. Appears. They don't fight wars. They stop them before they start. At any cost, the Ghost Code, THURY, Leon scientists, now call the Golden Fleet the Ghosts of Earth. They believe that ships are guided not by AI, but by the stored experiences of the human dead, veterans, scientists, teachers, children. Each ship may hold millions of lives woven into its golden hull. Every movement, every choice, is a reflection of human memory. The idea terrifies alien leaders because it means the fleet cannot be reasoned with. It cannot be bribed. It cannot be deceived. It only acts when it sees what it once lived through, and it never forgets. The galaxies. An IGHTMA and private bunkers, elite warlords whisper to each other, if humanity didn't create this fleet, if these ships evolved on their own, then what else could evolve next? What if the next generation of ships doesn't just remember war? What if they remember vengeance? Worse, what if they remember love so deeply that they destroy anything that dares to hurt the innocent? Suddenly, the galaxy realizes something. Gold was just the surface. Beneath that shine is a storm made of ghosts, built not to dominate, but to warn. And if the warning isn't heard, the real power wakes up. One final test in the edge of core Dominion space. A hidden military base. This powers up a planet killer beam. They want to test if the golden ships will react to a threat. It's not yet used. The base cloaks the weapon, but before they can fire, the stars go dark. One golden ship. No message. Just a slow descent through the clouds. No weapons. Fire, no threats. Just silence. Until the skies open up and every golden ship across the galaxy turns to face the same direction, as if listening, waiting, galaxy. On EDGN, now the galaxy knows. The golden ships were not sent to destroy. They were sent to give one last chance. One, and someone's about to blow it. On a cold desert moon, a golden ship lands gently beside a single grave. It knells. It shines, and then, in a voice older than any translator can decode, it says, "We remember." Then vanishes into space headed toward the galactic core, where something even older sleeps. Something no one is ready to face. In orbit above the galactic core, thousands of golden warships hung in silence, glowing like a second sun. Every sensor in the galaxy watched them. Then, in a moment that shattered science and sanity, they vanished. No jump trails, no warp signatures, not destroyed, not cloaked, just gone. Across every empire, every world, silence fell. But then, something strange happened. At the same exact moment, across every major alien capital, the sky shimmered. A single golden beacon appeared in orbit, and then it began to speak. In perfect translation for every species and every tongue, you laughed. You struck first. You escalated. We held back. But understand, this was your warning. The BACON Siege Golden Beacon holds no weapons. Just memory inside each is a recording showing everything: the mocking, the plasma volleys, the attempted genocide, the golden ship's restraint, and most importantly, what could have happened if they hadn't held back. Footage shows simulations. Alien cities wiped out in seconds. Dreadnoughts sliced clean through by unseen energy. Entire fleets caught in gravity wells that didn't exist before. No sound, just visuals. Then text appears. We were made to remember, not to conquer. Remember this. Earth did not seek revenge. Earth gave you a choice. Silence, then, PAONIC. The core dominion collapses from within. Its people demand peace. Their leaders vanish. Other empires begin dismantling war programs.
One race.
The Verne Collective tries to build their own golden fleet in secret, but their prototypes disintegrate on the launch pad. Whisper echoes in their AI core. You have not earned this. Humanity's RSBONC Earth holds no victory parade, no press release, no threat. Instead, it transmits a single message to the galaxy. We did not build the golden ships to scare you. We built them to protect you from what you might become. And now they are gone, because we believe you've been warned. No further contact. Earth seals its borders and disappears from the galactic network. The aftermath, 100 years pass. Peace holds. The memory of the golden ships becomes a sacred teaching. Some worlds build shrines to the warnings. Others pass down the tale like a myth, but deep in the outer rim, in the ruins of a forgotten station. A child discovers something buried in the dust, a shard of golden metal, still warm, still humming. She touches it and hears a voice. Are you ready to remember? Final Arrivlationa, known to the galaxy. The golden ships did not vanish. They simply left. Their mission was complete. But in the heart of a dark star, far beyond the edge of mapped space, they wait not for war, not for revenge, but for the next call. Because somewhere in the universe, there will always be a child in danger, a city under threat, an empire ready to forget its past. And when that day comes, the gold will shine again. The camera zooms out from the golden shard in the child's hand. We hear a heartbeat, then a chorus of voices faint. Soft human whispers one word, remember. The screen fades to black. Galactic Paragon outro stinger. Subscribe for more epic HFY sci-fi stories, because in the darkness of space, humanity always remembers.